Looks like you don't have anywhere else to run, do you?
Yeah, it does look that way.
Get him! Get him!
大货，你先顶到。
Okay, welcome back to part 3 of our No Retreat, No Surrender soundtrack series. Okay, we've got our DVD here, our copy here, so what we're going to do, again, wrong person on the cover here. They put Keith Vitali on the cover to the second film, and Matthias Hughes on the third one. Wrong. But we spoke about that in the previous episode, so we won't go there again. Okay, so this was the first No Retreat, No Surrender film that wasn't directed by Corey Yuen Kwai. So let's start up the film here. That's it. Yep. So obviously Seasonal Pictures again. And the director to this film was Lucas Lowe. I think they spelt it L-O-W-E instead of L-O, just to kind of anglicize it, I guess. And he's also known as Lo Yun Ming. He also directed King of the Kickboxers with Lauren Avedon, great film, Billy Blanks, and American Shaolin. And these were also seasonal films, okay? They came after the No Retreat, No Surrender series. In fact, some people call King of the Kickboxers No Retreat, No Surrender Part 4, but I don't know if that really was an official sort of designation, name for that film. So again, this film written by Keith Strandberg. And this music, the music from the start of this film, I'll get into that in a second. Yeah, Lauren Avedon comes back. He's a different character to what he was in the last film. Keith Vitali, who was also from Wheels on Meals with Jackie Chan and Sammo Hung and Yoon Byung. Yeah, Keith Vitali, also a champion kickboxer, champion professional fighter. And he's got some, I mentioned in the last episode about Lauren Avedon having some real beautiful kicks, beautiful moves. Well, Keith Vitali, again, if you've seen him with Wheels on Meals, he's got some fantastic kicks, some beautiful kicks. And it's really nice in this film to see the contrast between Lauren Avedon and Keith Vitali. I think their fighting styles kind of complement each other. Apparently though, there's a bit of animosity between the two on the set from what I hear in interviews and things like that. But to this day, I believe both of them are very good friends. They still catch up every now and then. Both very good martial artists. From what I can understand, very friendly as well. Who else is in this? Ryan Hunter as Franco, the main bad guy. I'd never seen him in a film before, and I'd never seen him in a film after this. And he's got a bit of stunt doubling going on as well. His main henchman in this film, what's his name? Mark Russo. Well known as a teacher, I believe Japanese martial arts, something like along the lines of ninjutsu. And he's got some great footwork in this film too, some great martial arts scenes. Yeah, Keith Vitali with his interesting story with his cast here. He actually broke his arm for real during the casting for the film, and they used that in the movie. And it does become a vital piece to the last fight scene as well. Yeah, so with this film, we move into 1990 territory, right? So this film was from 1990. We're in the 90s now. But the music is still very much 80s synth sort of stuff here. Another interesting thing about this film is that unlike No Retreat, No Surrender 1 and 2, there isn't a theme song here. It's just, you've just got your score. And your score in this movie just this music here. We're gonna have to go back to the start to show you what I mean. Okay, let me stop it here. Okay, so the music has been composed in this film by Richard Yoon. With these types of films, they all sound very similar. So being a professional musician, he's also done a lot of other genres. He's had albums with different styles of music. It's not all synthesizer type stuff. Funnily enough, it wasn't until recently where I kind of put it together. I'd see his name on the credits to these films, and I never put it together. Just how many of my favorite all-time martial arts films this guy has been a part of, you know, that he's composed music for. Movies like Tiger Cage 2 with Donnie Yen, or even In the Line of Duty 4 with Cynthia Khan and Donnie Yen again. He's done a lot of films, and he's done a lot of good films. Now the trivial bit. So let's talk about the Beverly Hills Cop film scores for a second. Very popular at the time. Axel F, everybody knows that tune, even if you don't know who Harold Faltermeyer is. Now Harold Faltermeyer was the composer, the scorer for Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2. He's got about 24 film scores under his belt. Big movies. He's from Germany. He's a composer and a record producer. And he's done some really great stuff. He's done some songs with some really big writers over the years as well. So it's quite clear here that Richard Yoon has taken inspiration from Harold Faltermeyer's work. And this is evident in a lot of film scores that Richard Yoon has done. Now it's kind of weird seeing how Richard Yoon is a very successful musician in his own right.
Anyone hurt?
Let's not say that Richard Yoon had copied. He was obviously very much inspired by Harold Faltermeyer's work. Okay, so with this film, let's start it over again. Okay, No Retreat, No Surrender 3. Let's listen to this. Okay, so this came out in 1990. So by this time, a lot of us had already seen Beverly Hills Cop Part 2. Beverly Hills Cop 2 we mentioned in the previous video because I remember borrowing that film the same day that I borrowed No Retreat, No Surrender 2 when they were new films. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, now let's listen to the opening score to Harold Faltermeyer's Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Open the door.
Same kind of vibe there, isn't it? Okay, so let's stop that for now. So look, there's not a lot to say about the soundtrack to No Retreat, No Surrender 3. Clearly very inspired by Beverly Hills Cop 2. Like I said, no theme song in this movie, which is kind of strange, seeing as the other two did have like some kind of a theme song. Sometimes the music contributes to things that aren't supposed to be funny. So like there's a bit of a comical scene with the beach scene. Like, check this out. It's almost like a dodgy sort of commercial. Yeah, wait for the beach ball. Here we go. There's some parts that really get you hyped up, like the scene when Lauren goes to the karate studio. Check this out. And there's no training montage or anything like that in this film. But I find this kind of similar to that sort of a vibe. I like it. It just really hypes me up whenever I'm walking to a karate studio and I get that music going in my head, it's like it's game time, you know? I like it, it's really cool. Yeah, there's a lot of trivial things with the making of this film. You know, now's not the place. Like even the airport scene, they literally filmed that with no authority. Can you imagine going to an airport and filming with no authority? Especially the kind of scenes that go on in the last act of this movie. Anyways, great film, great film. So let's get back to Richard Yuen. Some other things that I find interesting. So we'll play some of his music alongside some other things that I found interesting. Tiger Cage 2. This is a great film. Again, Cynthia Khan in this, not as much as I would have liked. So once again, in this film, Richard gets very heavily influenced by Hollywood. And the film that we're talking about, again, it's Harold Faltermeyer, his score to Tango and Cash. So first up, let's play a bit of Harold Faltermeyer's soundtrack to Tango and Cash. Here we go, here's Tango and Cash. So let's check this out. This is the opening music to Tiger Cage. It's like, let's copy it exactly, but then we'll just change some of the notes around. So yeah, original music by Richard Yuen, as it says there. So that's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. But it's clear, and throughout the whole score to this film, both films, there are a lot of similarities. Now, I don't know who copied who, or who was inspired by who. Both great films, both great composers, so at the end of the day, let's just settle for that. Okay, so let's call it a day. I hope everybody enjoyed the last 3 episodes that we've done here, based on the soundtracks to the No Retreat, No Surrender films. So look, I hope there was a bit of fun trivia there for everybody. So it was fun watching some of these films with you guys. And you know, still being left with a few mysteries here and there. So until next time, thanks for watching.